11.4, we are going to talk about polyhedrons. So a polyhedron it's a solid where it's made up of a bunch of faces. And for example, a prism is a polyhedron. So this is a polyhedron. So each face is a type of rectangle or square. A pyramid can also be a polyhedron. However, what are not polyhedron, things that are not made out of faces, are cylinders, because not every single face is similar. A cone also is not a polyhedron. So anything with a smooth, curved surface, not a polyhedron. The edge of a polyhedron, spelled that wrong, is where the two faces intersect. So if I drew here, this here would be an edge. This also would be an edge, anywhere the two faces intersect. However, a vertex is the point where all the faces kind of, so it's like the pokey part. So this would be a vertex right here. So this point right here would be the vertex. It's where all the edges kind of meet at one particular point. So common types of solids, we talked about prism, pyramid, cylinder, cone, and sphere. And the prism is a polyhedron. A pyramid is a polyhedron. A cylinder is not a polyhedron. Cone is not. And a sphere is also not a polyhedron. So let's try it out. Tell whether each solid is a polyhedron. If it is, name the polyhedron. Well, the first one, yes, it is. And it's a prism. The second one, yes, it is. It meets at a point, so it is a pyramid. The next one is no, it's not. It's a cone, but it's not a polyhedron, because cones are not polyhedrons. Next part is a cross-section. So a cross-section, imagine if you had a regular shape, any shape, doesn't matter, any solid you may have. Doesn't have to be a polyhedron, it just has to be a solid. So you have a solid, and then you decide to take a plane and you cut the solid in any angle. I'm just gonna go straight up and down just because I don't draw that well. But if it cuts it here and here, then this right here, this right here, makes a cross section right here. So the cross section is the shape that is made by cutting it with the plane. So let's try that down here. Describe the shape, and it's the dark shaded area. So the first shape is, if you count it, it's 6 sides, so it is a hexagon. Next one, 3 sides, so it's a triangle. Next one, it's well, obviously it's a circle. That's the shape that's made by cutting that particular plane through that solid. Finally, a solid of revolution. Basically, if you took a flat 2D shape and you spin it around an axis, the shape that is made by the rotating around the axis of revolution is is a solid of revolution. So here, so let's say we had a shape like this with this axis. Let me make this purple. And I spun it around like this, the entire way around. So if I had the same axis, I can see that this purple shape, if I spin it all the way around, it's gonna be circular. If you spin anything around, it's gonna be circular. And it becomes a cylinder. So let's try it out. If we spin this around, it becomes circular like this. And this is a cylinder. We spin it around, it becomes circular in the bottom. This is a cone. And finally, we spin that around. It is a sphere. And we can give more details. This cone should be 9 this way, 4 half of the way. This should be 2. This should be 5, and I can tell that the radius of this circle should be 7.